This is the weekly forecast for the week of 7th of November 2016, and it's for all star signs. The first card that comes up describes the theme of the week, in other words, the overarching energy that surrounds all of us this week. And Thor is the card of action. This card this week, for the coming week, I think speaks of something which we've been procrastinating about, something which we've been putting off, something we know that needs to be done, a decision that needs to be made. And I have a feeling it's about something that needs to now be done and dusted, finished with, rather than actually starting. And this is the week to make that firm decision that this is what you need to do, and then to take action on it. But I think you first need to take the action of making that decision, of finally coming to that point where you know whatever it is now has to go. It has to be finished up in your life. The challenges for this week, the first one that comes up says that it could be that you finally decided to take responsibility for a health issue. For a lot of us, that is the case. You maybe know you need to exercise, or you need to stop smoking, or you need to stop eating junk food, or you need to stop eating too much, whatever the case is. But this is the week where you know you've got to look after your health. And for some of you, it's a case of you know you need to meditate more. You need to spend fewer hours in front of the television, in front of the computer, in front of the cell phone, and you know you need to take care of basically your spiritual or your mental health. Now, these cards are describing what you already know. I think I'm telling you all things that you already know. This is what's happening in your lives at the moment. This is just sort of the representation of it. I'm saying out loud what's already been said in your minds. Then that next card says that you need to create healthy boundaries as well. And this can be in all areas of your life. Most times when we overindulge in something, whether it's in the incorrect foods, too much television, cigarettes, alcohol, whatever the case may be, it's because we feel a deficiency in some other area of our life. And you'll be amazed at how often it is because we don't have the proper boundaries set up in our lives. We don't sort of say to people, you know what, I don't want to do that. It's too much for me to do. Don't ask me that much, or don't keep asking me that. Or if someone keeps taking out their bad moods on us, we don't say something. If we really want to do something, we suggest that, and other people just ignore it. We leave it at that. And this is about creating healthy boundaries. It's not about throwing your weight around or throwing a tantrum when you don't get your way. It's just a way of asserting yourself quietly and getting that inner strength back again. I'm trying to put into words the feeling that this is about, but I think all of you who are listening to this video will understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So even though on the surface you need to take care of your health and you need to take care of issues that need to find resolution and finally be finished up, underlying that is the fact that you don't have your boundaries in place. And you know all this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And this coming week is actually putting all the energies in place for you to now finally take action on those things that you know you need to end or find resolution to. For some of you, it's a case of you have been doing something consistently, a job even perhaps, or babysitting somebody, or doing some kind of chore for someone, and you know now it's time. It's finished. It's done with. It's making you tired. You no longer want to do it. It is not bringing anything into your life which feeds you in any way whatsoever. And it could even be a relationship. For some of you, that is the case. But this week, the energy is there to back you to take action on whatever that is. And it is about releasing that which no longer serves you, because your opportunities this week say that you can now release that which no longer serves you. You have the opportunity this week to rid yourself of, get rid of, finalize, finish up something which you know is no longer serving you. It's going to be different for all of you. For some of you, it's going to be something you do for somebody all the time, a chore you do. For some of you, it's going to be some aspect of your work, some aspect of your job. For some of you, it is going to be a relationship or a friendship. But for all of you, it's something that now needs to come to closure. It needs to finish up because you know it no longer serves you. That renewal of peace card then says that when you do this, when you now finally make this decision, when you find this resolution, when you start clearing in your mind, especially just making that very firm decision that this has to be finished up, your inner peace will be restored. You will find that inner peace after you've done that this week. And what more could you ask for? Now, where love and relationships are concerned, there's reconciliation this week. So someone from your past is coming back into your life. I think for a lot of, no, not for a lot of you, but a certain percentage of you, definite percentage of you, this is the case. Someone from your past is coming back into your life. A person that was in some kind of partnership or relationship is coming back into your life. For others of you, you're going to see a situation play out, a relationship pattern play out that has to do with the past. Now, the reconciliation card is about the fact that this is unfinished business. So if a person comes back into your life, it's because you have unfinished business with them. The both of you have unfinished business. So those of you yearning for somebody to come back, know that it needs to be someone that has unfinished business with you too. It needs to be both of you feeling the same way, basically. If it is a relationship pattern that comes back into your life, then understand that you need to find resolution with that pattern. Why do you keep repeating that pattern? And it may not be that the current partner is responsible for that pattern. Look, basically it really is you, but it does take two to tango. So you need to look back a bit further and trace where that relationship pattern is coming from. Then that Peter Pan card, that speaks about letting go of the fear, because basically most relationship patterns that keep repeating themselves and people that keep coming back into our lives for that repetition is based on a fear. You let go of them because you had a fear. The word relationship didn't work out because the two of you had some kind of fears that interrupted with the relationship working nicely. And that Peter Pan just flinging his arms out and flying is saying, this is what you need to do this time. You need to let go of the fear. You need to be brave, and you need to treat life and especially relationships as an adventure. Not something you're going to win, or not something you're going to lose, not something that's scary and it's going to end badly or it's going to end perfectly, just as an adventure. So you take it one step at a time and you see where that adventure leads you. Don't have your eye on the end goal where relationships are concerned this week. Enjoy the adventure and be brave. Take that leap so that you can do the adventure. Because the final card in the relationship sector says, somebody is going to show you their admiration. I think those of you where the person is actually coming back into your life, the reconciliation, is they've actually been admiring you from a distance for a while. They've kept that fire burning for you. But they're going to make some kind of gesture that makes you realize that they still like you or still want to be in your life or perhaps want to come back into your life to find that resolution. And for those of you that are going to be finding that resolution to a relationship pattern, you'll find the resolution probably when your partner makes some kind of token of appreciation or admiration, and then you see the light about how to find resolution on that pattern. So it's two different scenarios, but you'll all basically find some kind of resolution to relationship patterns at the end of this week. Now, for life in general, the first card that comes up speaks about you having reached sort of this winter time, this frozen time, this time of neither moving forward nor moving backward. And the kind of actions you've been taking have been backpedaling, or you're pedaling on the same spot. You haven't actually been moving forward. And you're going to find yourself coming up against that again this week. So it's probably a continued action. It's not something you're launching. It's something that you're doing that you just seem to be sort of treading on a treadmill in the same place. You don't seem to be moving forward. And the actions you take are not giving you forward momentum. And that next card speaks about you perhaps realize this week that you either stuck on past or you're looking too far into the future. You're either thinking, well, this is how it went in the past, so this is probably how it's going to go in the future, and this is probably why I'm stuck. So your expectations are based on past experiences, and you're living in that same treadmill, so that's why you're walking it again and again. Or you have your sights set so far into the future that you're not aware of what's happening right now around you, your circumstances, everything around you. Okay, so now I must explain this to you. This now came very clearly for all of you. Everything that happens in your life every day, the people you meet, the plants that grow around you, the birds that fly past you, the food you eat, everything creates an energy field, and everything has messages in it, and it has energy that interacts with you. And when you are so focused on what has happened in the past and what is going to happen in the future, you are missing on the interactions with the energies that are happening around you, that are feeding your life here and now. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to feed your life with something that hasn't even happened yet, which is the future, or you're feeding your life with old, stagnant, stale energies that are gone, that actually don't have that much energy anymore. That's the best way I can think of explaining it to you. Those are all the words that just came straight through now to tell you, so I hope it resonates for you. Then the last card in the general section is the protection card. And this says stop fighting yourself. Take the action that you know is for your greatest good. And don't worry, because you are divinely protected when you take that particular action. And all of you are going to know how that relates to you. Your guidance card, the first one that comes up, says that you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. Now, I think for a lot of you, that resolution of something, that finding closure of something, that eradicating something from your life that you know is no longer feeding you, is going to feel like a failure. It isn't. It's a learning curve. It's a lesson. There are no failures as far as the universe is concerned. There are only learning and lessons and evolution. But you're going to be able to, once you've made that resolution, that decision, finish that thing off, clear it out of your life, declare it in the past, it's not working for you. You're going to find immense power as you step out of that situation. It'll give you this huge forward momentum. Then the final card says, the love from the soul is wholly without condemnation. It sees imperfection, but because of what it sees, more love flows. It's something me too, we've all got to remember that. That love is, real love will forgive just about anything. And it doesn't judge. It doesn't have condemnation. It understands. And I'm going to leave you with that message. Right, if you'd like a personal reading so we can take a look at how this plays out in your life, or what it is that needs to be moved on and out of your life, or if you just want a general reading and see what's happening, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, or via the website you can book a reading. Both URLs are showing up on our picture. Or if you'd like to do the cheap readings that are advertised at the beginning of the video for $3 and $5, have a look at that. And then we do a reading together. It's great fun. It's hugely informative and a lovely way to do readings. And I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for watching and listening.
Taking out my issues never healed the flame, and all my love is gone. All the pain is gone, but I remain the same. Taking out my issues never healed the flame, and all my love is gone. They say what they